order. Everyone, please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll let the record reflect all council members are present tonight. Pastor Brown, would you like to start us off tonight?
Sure, we'd like to pray. Our Heavenly Father, we give you thanks for another day. Father, we thank you so much for the freedoms that we enjoy as Americans. We thank you, Father, specifically for our town, our community. We thank you for the way you've been blessing us for so long. And Father, as I pray every time, I just ask that you grant wisdom, courage, and integrity to the council members. Help them to make the best decisions that's going to serve and benefit our community. We thank you for watching over us. We pray it all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Jody. We have minutes from our January 26th meeting.
I don't know. I'm not done with them with this. Oh, is this what you were doing with
Well, I
them?
just have
Oh,
any additions or corrections to those minutes?
I move we accept the minutes as written. I'll second.
All in favor?
hi.
Aye.
Thank you. And we'll proceed with reports.
Well, we have an executive session.
Oh, we've got another set of minutes. There it is. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
We have the minutes from an executive session that occurred February 2nd.
I move that we approve those.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And now Luke, you can proceed if you would like.
Okay, code enforcement, I issued 6 more code and ordinance violation notices. I did 5 for trash cans and 1 no parking at any time at the subdivision since the last board meeting. Had a conversation with our attorneys about adopting a cat ordinance. Now the way I understand it, would write them up and then you guys would vote on them, choose the best one or something. But there's nothing in our ordinance book right now that pertains to cats, only dogs, chickens, and livestock. So, just the call volume between me and the police department about the cats is pretty high, so.
You have a parameters in mind, or, I mean, obviously, you're not gonna say you can't have a cat, but, I mean, are you
Like
limiting in the number you can have?
that was
or-
the question. Do we make it the same as a dog, or do we? They were gonna look at other towns, see what theirs said. Basically, not letting your cats out to go.
Roam?
Yeah, and then make more kittens. Yeah, so forth. It would just allow us to write them up on those and see action, have them trapped if they don't, basically. 'Cause right now we can't do that.
And the problem we're trying to fix is we have a lot of feral cats that are running around that
And
don't need to be.
yeah, and for example, like out from the town hall, the feces and urine, I can smell it. I see it. So that was one. And then I know this has been discussed in the past too, but it's been brought up recently again. I had a conversation with the chief of police in Arcadia about them having the authority to write certain ordinance violations, like for speed and stuff that I can't write, like traffic, stuff like that. And he's kind of wanting to push that back out there, see what we can do about that. I don't know.
Like what? when we initially, Fred, you remember that? I mean, basically they were to handle anything traffic related, not parking, but anything traffic related.
Well, there was some holdup about speed limits being uniform or that being not being posted, I think was
Correct
the,
posting,
yeah.
there needs to be correct signs for
And then,
speed limits.
we
But
added, with
He
that,
said that they can write for whatever the posted speed is, assuming that that's correct.
I think, and I don't want to put words in Alex's mouth, but I thought what he said was there were parts that weren't marked at all. Or
So-
were marked inconsistent depending on,
that was one of the issues I remember. So we added a bunch more. Went to our ordinance book, found, what streets get what, and we physically added the signs. So there shouldn't be any streets without speed limit signs now. My take on this is they can't write local ordinance violations, which would get
Right.
us, not that it's about the money, but it would give us a cut of the money basically. Right now, they just write it as a normal ticket, not as an Atlanta ordinance. They can write you for speed, but they can also write you for speed as an Atlanta ordinance violation.
so what you're saying is they can still get somebody a ticket for speeding, but the money would
Yes.
go to the county
Yes.
rather than to Atlanta.
Yes.
I don't really care about the money for somebody speeding. I just want them not to speed.
Okay.
Running stop signs is big too.
Yeah,
Yes, they are.
I'm sure you see that by your house.
I mean,
Oh, man, yeah.
I was just looking at his report. It doesn't look like there were that many. Where'd I put it? It doesn't look like there were that many that they stopped. I can't find it right now. Go ahead.
Under streets, Matt and I completed 17 locate tickets in the month of January. Matt and I salted once since the last board meeting. That was Friday, I think. It was Friday the 6th. And the trucks are scheduled for undercoating and ceramic coating at Z-Bart on March 4th and March 5th. Just take one on the 4th, then pick it up the next day, leave a truck on the 5th. So that's all I got.
How is the salt situation getting? Where are we on that?
So I called Cargill today, and it was a very confusing conversation. But basically, tomorrow I need to get a hold of the county. That is, if we're going to buy more, or
But we still haven't received our whole allocation, have we? Or have we?
under my impression we have 40 tons.
Okay.
And I'd say we have 5 ton left. Eyeballing it.
So is there an opportunity to get additional?
You can
Would
buy
be
a certain
my-
percentage over, like 20% over.
Was
or
it
something
8 ton?
like that.
8 tons?
I think
was
we're
the-
allowed eight more tons.
So we
is
bought
what we're
40,
allowed.
20%'s 8, so we can get, yeah. So that makes sense.
We don't have a crystal ball. We don't, know what.
It's probably a good idea to get some
It
if it's
would be.
available.
I would feel better if it's available.
It's gonna hold till next year.
Yeah,
right? I mean, you
correct.
can always
Yeah.
order less next year if you had to.
Sure.
Yeah, it doesn't go bad. We've got it in a building.
Do you need a motion for that, or are we just doing it?
Yeah, let's do it. Is there a motion to approve the purchase of additional salt from Cargill?
Go ahead.
I make a motion that we purchase the additional 8 tons of salt.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any questions for Luke on ordinance enforcement or streets or utilities or any of that in the council?
I don't have any questions.
I do have
I-
one
Go ahead.
Excuse me.
You're gonna ask the same
Uh,
question.
on code enforcement. The property down here at the end of Railroad, and has there been, have they been notified, or
So there's been a conversation, in person with him,
Okay,
but basically he won't take the mail, so it gets sent back.
okay.
You just have to make it attempt.
I think I've made my attempts.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's a mess.
Yeah.
I seen it today
Mm-hmm.
and, it's just a mess.
You're talking about the one at the end of this street, right?
Yeah, the modular.
On the corner.
Yeah. So that'll be
Well,
what I send to the attorneys. I can do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
With the injunction. I don't know where the other injunction's at with the Adams Street property, but I did send that to them.
Okay, thank you.
any others from council? All right. What we have, Jennifer.
Okay, in your packet, you do have, I've got two resolutions. I don't know if you want to do them now or if you want to wait and put them in new business, whichever you prefer. The
The
first
one
order,
for the dormant
there's-
fund and the,
Mhm.
okay. Let's go ahead and do those now. You can explain those to us.
Okay, so resolution R dash 02 dash 2026 dash 02 is actually an ordinance, doing end of the year transfers. So at the end of the year, we do transfers, any, funds that are, in the red, we do an automatic transfer, the computer, figures all them out, but with these two transfers, there are different categories. So we have to have, it has to be done by resolution and council approval.
And they're under the general fund. It's just
Yes,
the sub fund,
yes.
for lack of a better word. Resolution number R-02-2026-02. The town council for the town of Atlanta, Indiana does hereby deem it necessary to make the following transfers. This is all in the general fund from 1101001311 general legal to 1101001115 general extra help, $2,546.78. And from 1101001311 general legal to 1101001131 general FICA, 3282.74. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
Move that we approve that.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Okay. And then I have resolution number R-02-2026-03. And I think this is self-explanatory. Resolution declaring dormant fund account. Whereas the town council of the town of Atlanta, Indiana has determined the clerk treasurer needs the authority to close dormant fund accounts. And whereas the following fund accounts have zero balances and are inactive, Fund 2501 ball fields. Said fund accounts are dormant/inactive and have zero balances with no funds remaining to be transferred to another fund. Now therefore be it resolved that the following funds are declared dormant and the clerk treasurer is authorized to close said fund accounts. Fund 2501 ball fields. Adopted by the Town Council of Atlanta the 9th day of February 2026. Is there a motion to approve resolution number R-02-2026-03?
I make that resolution, or that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And while you guys are signing that, I have a cancellation of outstanding warrants. This is just something I have to report to you guys. If the check has not been cashed within 2 years, it's considered void, so we can actually put that back in the fund that it was written from. Other than that, I've closed out 2025, working on the AFR and franchise and OSHA report. And I believe that's all I have for tonight.
These cancellations were checks that you wrote that didn't get cashed.
Yes.
Any questions for Jennifer?
We know what the interest rate is on that.
3.65.
You know, which is gonna make,
I don't. I'll let you know what the interest is when, yeah, we get it monthly. We get it monthly.
The question was about our park fund, which is now funded with the proceeds of the sale of the baseball facility. And we currently park that money into a money market account with a pretty decent interest rate. So not only do we have a nice amount of money to play with, but hopefully that will grow while we still are working towards a project.
I had a question about that, Jennifer. Are you eventually gonna make that a subline item?
I
under
have.
Parks? Oh, you have,
Yes,
it, just
I have.
not on this one.
Yes. No, because it's in our trust Indiana, so it's in a sub-fund in trust Indiana. Yeah.
Is it gonna go in the one with the other 3 park sections, or is it?
Well, when you've got it in trust Indiana, it shows it in trust Indiana and not on.
Gotcha, okay.
So,
Okay, our attorneys are not present tonight. We'll move on to old business, the library.
actually, Marie, we have a gentleman here that was wanting to talk about the library. His
Okay.
name is Matt Percival, and yeah, so you can kind of.
Go ahead.
Hello, my name's Matt Briscoe. I'm actually a resident of Tipton County, but I have an Atlanta address. So I own 5 or 6 properties in this county, in this region. So this is home for us. I own a general contracting company.
Sir, I'm sorry.
You want me
Can I
to
have you
sit
step over there, please? Thank you.
Is
I'm
that-
sorry.
Is that on?
Yeah.
So I actually own a general contracting company. We are commercial, and there we
There you go.
Thank you.
and we do nationwide projects. So we basically do a bunch of QSR work in our quick serve restaurants. So we'll build Burger Kings, Dutch Brother Coffees, fast food chains. We do a lot of commercial work for independent clients, even global clients. So this to me is home. I'm not some out of state guy that's coming here to try to take anything from this town. This is my home. We come here for all the festivities, the festivals, so on and so forth. So I was born and raised in this area, went to Hamilton Heights, graduated. I'm a lifelong resident of Hamilton County. So it was brought to my attention that you guys are having an issue with finding a general contractor on your library project. I met with Fred and Jennifer and a few of my employees. I think it was Friday of this week to kind of look what you guys had going on. I understand I did get your voicemail about Landmark. So, in just a quick walkthrough of that project, and I know Landmark, we can actually go to them. We have done historical buildings in Noblesville that had to be ADA compliant. So I know that they will allow ADA accessible ramps. For the amount of money that is going to be funded for the elevator shaft, for the exterior of that building with the masonry, plus obviously the sidewalk has to be ADA compliant, coming up to it and
We've
approaching
already
it.
bought the elevator.
You've already purchased the elevator. Yeah, because we were looking at
And that was to preserve the
the facade of the
the
exterior.
nature of the building as well.
Correct. Yes. Like I said, it. I wish we could have spoke.
We didn't want
Previous.
ramps
Why was that?
to preserve the exterior appearance of the building.
So, to preserve the exterior of the building, I understand. So, I guess I'm a little confused. How are you guys gonna find the block?
They're
to-
not building a building on the outside of our building. They're not building a shaft on the outside of our building. There's a ground level entrance.
So they're entering the building from the ground level. They're just cutting
Outside.
access
Correct.
holes
Where there's an
through it.
existing window that's being expanded
Into a doorway.
Yes.
I got you. So my apologies. That we were on the
Yeah,
understanding
and
that
that's
they
actually
were,
on the plans that I think they're here
removing-
at the town hall.
I sent him to him.
Yeah. Well, that being said, I understand why the Historical Society would not want an ADA compliant ramp if there's an applicable. We just looked at it, that was a very large expenditure cost. And I know we've done projects. I can take you to downtown Noblesville. We just did 2 of them 10 years ago. Worked hand in hand with the historical to put ADA compliant ramps in for a fraction of the cost of what you guys would have just spent for that elevator. But again, it's already
about
it's due-
$70,000 is about what it is.
for just the elevator, not including masonry work, not including your residual month or your annual inspections, maintenance, so on and so forth.
But it's not the same cost as like a true elevator. This
Correct.
is a lift.
Yes, we build hotels. We have to have all that stuff. Yes, it is a large cost for a normal 6-person occupancy elevator shaft. I understand that, but there's still residual
Sure.
cost every single year, and plus obviously upkeep and maintenance. But with that being said, we were just trying to see if we could pivot to help the town. Obviously, keep the money in the town and utilize it for other projects. But if you've already purchased it, well, that's a whole other ballgame.
The other thing is it's not. It's funded with a bond.
Oh, it is.
We already have the funding.
Okay.
Yes.
So, well, like I said, I wish we could have been here previously and we could have helped with due process. The Historical Society, they are tough to work with. Don't get me wrong.
This.
I guess I'm confused.
We never
here.
even approached them about doing ramps because we didn't want them. I mean, when we first talked about this, we wanted to keep the outside of that building as original as we could.
Right. So the ramp would not affect the outside of the building. It would affect the yard. We're not approaching on, so we would literally come off the main staircase and put an ADA compliant switchback ramp in. It wouldn't change.
Yeah, that would obstruct the building.
It would give
It
you
would
ADA.
appear different from the street. You wouldn't see. It would change the property quite a bit.
We would have to agree to disagree on that one. Like I said, we've done this before for the historical societies. If you touch it, you can't be grandfathered in anymore. As you understand, that's why you guys are putting an elevator in. I said there's more than one.
Actually, we can be grandfathered because it's previously a government building and it's still a government building.
That's not what we were told at all when
We've
we
been
called
through
it.
straight state plan release already with our.
Well, I know you've been through the
Yeah.
state plan release. Obviously, you guys have
Yeah.
prints that's been approved.
Yeah.
Obviously, you would have purchased an elevator if it hadn't been approved by the state. Fully aware of that. But again, it just seems like
We didn't have to do any ADA anything. This was a choice that the council made to try to make the building more accessible, but it's already in a public building. We didn't have to add ADA capability to it. This was a choice to add accessibility to an already public building.
So what we were made aware of, at my staff, and I apologize I'm not here, but my staff called and spoke to them, and they said that if you're renovating, you have to bring it up to code.
If you change, so we do have that. If we change a bathroom or build
Correct.
a new bathroom, it has to be ADA.
Correct.
Right? But the actual access of the building, we were not mandated to do any of that.
Okay. Well, like I said, it's a moot point now. You guys have already been through the process. You've purchased it. It is what it is. It's not a large project.
Sure.
In our opinion, it's not. But it's a purposeful project. This is our home. A lot of my staff members, their kids play at the fields, and unfortunately, we're going to be a part of removing of the fields and doing all the infrastructure and the ground on that project. But like I said, this is home for us. This is a little bit different, you know. This is purpose for us. So we would like to have the opportunity to actually bid the work for you guys. I said we can give you a list. We did the fire department renovation over there for Elijah for Emergency Plus vehicles. I said we're gonna be a part of doing the ball diamonds in July. But again, we're here.
Yeah.
So if you guys need a bid,
We do.
we would definitely love to help. If you guys have other future projects where you have, a need of assistance on anything, this is our world.
So you guys walked over there?
Yeah.
Went through the building?
Yeah, well, I was given his name by someone as a potential contractor. So I set up a time and Jennifer and I went over and met Friday and just let him tour the building.
Sure.
And then discussion come up about the elevator and about the ADA questioning, with the steps and all. And that's where this whole conversation come up about the elevator. And then obviously looked at the interior of the building, think Jennifer, you emailed a set of plans to you, correct?
Correct, yes, we
You
got them on
you got
Thursday.
Those plans to,
Mhm.
you know, interested in getting a quote
Sure.
to finish.
Yeah, we'll,
Yeah. So it's
definitely-
basically, for lack of a better term, it's not what it is, but it's an elevator shaft. It's an office.
the elevator shaft's done by others, right? You have a direct vendor for the elevator, for the installation.
They built the platform and they'll do the installation. They do the interlock on the doors, but the shaft,
The actual shaft
two-story room
infrastructure, right.
needs to be built.
Is that gonna require a masonry shaft?
No.
Okay,
And then office, ADA bathroom on the main level.
correct. Yeah, we've seen a lot on the prints, but it's to my understanding you guys have a mason already. For
Yes.
this project, correct? Now, is the mason already contracted with you guys for that?
Yes.
Okay. So we will
And it's Wells Masonry. Is that right?
Heinz.
Heinz Masonry. That are Newcastle. They specialize in historical work. I mean, making it look like they were never here. So
Gotcha.
they're going to reuse,
Everything they possibly can.
Yes.
I understand. Yeah. 'Cause
match the
a lot-
mortar, all that.
Correct.
So.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard.
Yes.
Still, somebody's got sitting in their backyard.
Yeah.
Somebody knows somebody. So we've had to do the same thing.
Yeah.
on
Heinz
multiple
did.
projects.
I think they did the like the old jail and
Mhm.
some work on the courthouse and stuff like that. They
Yeah.
came very highly recommended.
Perfect.
And I hope we get the result we're looking for. But
Yeah.
But in any case, they're under contract. They're just fine waiting for weather.
Right, of course. So that's, we'll need obviously some time to go through the plans. I'm sure we may have some questions. So I guess who would I have my office director reach out to for any questions?
I've got a pretty decent background with construction, with the project and the planning stages to hear. Fred's around quite a bit if it's about accessing the building or talking something through real quick, but I would appreciate the ability to talk through it, the finer details as well. And
Absolutely.
You know.
I just didn't know if you guys architects were still involved in the project.
you know, our intention is to self-manage this.
Gotcha.
And so we worked with architect on plans and then went through the plan release process.
Right. So typically, if something doesn't work in the field on the plan, we have to go in for plan revision, and then sometimes, obviously, the historical society needs to come in, check the revision and approve it. So that's why I didn't know if we're still working in with the architect. Small minor things, I know the historical society's gonna require, that's fine. But there's
Their
some-
stipulation was exterior.
It's exterior.
They don't want any changes to the exterior is what we ended up
So
signing.
this facility, they don't have control of the interior on, because some facilities they do.
I don't believe ours
And I
has
think it's-
anything
yeah,
about
I
that
think
because
it's
they knew we were
exterior.
intending to, I mean, we told them what our plan was from day one. What our intention was, keep it a public building, try to build, whatever we build, try to make it period correct or at least appear as such.
Correct.
But that we would be building offices and a bathroom and stuff like that. And so our commitment from the beginning was we want to try to keep the
For certain
property
extent.
the same.
Okay, I understand, it's a
with the
beautiful
building.
building,
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna lie, the over gets more love for the street.
yeah, it's real cool.
Yeah, we definitely would like to be a part of it. We will need some time before we can submit you guys a bid or an estimate.
Sure.
It's probably gonna take us a couple weeks at least. So obviously it's first of the year, we got lots of projects starting off, so just bear with us now that we know the ins and the outs. Appreciate the clarification, especially on the timelines.
And the reality of it is too, I mean, we need to get moving on this thing. I've been trying to, kind of move this along for quite a while now. We had some things last year that kind of derailed us, but even then I was still meeting with contractors and haven't been able to get a ton of traction. I had another one turn me down this week on it. Or it's Monday now, so last week on it. And I think they just see that building, and if they're a really good residential contractor, maybe they don't like the idea of, even though it's the same stuff, now it's a bigger building and,
Things are a little different from that side to this side. I get it.
but yes, I would appreciate,
Okay. Like I said, give
having
us,
you all.
give us a few weeks.
Yeah.
I would obviously like to I have your contact information, but I don't have Fred's contact, and I like to, if I could, get your contact.
Sure.
So that when my office has any questions on anything, even if it's minor, we want to make sure that we do it right in the front.
Yeah.
And we're not fixing anything in the rear. We're extremely proactive, not reactive.
So, sounds good to me.
Okay,
Um,
we appreciate your time.
Yeah,
You
thank
got
you.
any other
Thank-
questions? Yes, sir.
From start to finish, bid through finish of the project, what are you thinking?
That project shouldn't take no more than, I would say at worst case scenario is gonna be your elevator company.
If we gave you a September 1st deadline, could you hit it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The lift is manufactured, by the way. That's,
So it's just, it's already.
the rest of the construction is the
holdup.
yeah, the hold up now.
Okay,
So
that was, I would say that was my thing, is a lot of lead time on a lot of these items.
Yeah.
So that's where I can't give a definitive timeline
Right.
because when you're.
If you had everything you needed, you could be done by September 1st.
Oh, absolutely. From now to September 1st, we will have 3 Dutch Brother restaurants completely built from scratch.
Okay.
And so we move very, very fastly. That's our niche marketplace. So,
okay, yeah, I'd be happy to hear from you and see
Okay.
what y'all can
so
put
how
together.
would
And
we obtain your guys' contact information?
I can send it to you. I'll
Perfect.
email
there
it.
we
Just
go. That's
my
even
email.
easier.
That'd be terrific. All right, any other questions?
Thanks.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
No, no problem. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna let you all know that is I thought I had a line on somebody and
Yeah.
Oh, this
so they wouldn't come through either. So
This is kind of a last minute thing that
sure.
was recommended. Jennifer made a call and I was available to meet him, so that's what we did.
Yeah, that makes sense. We've got this resolution for the festival. I still haven't reviewed those rules yet. Does this need to be done right now, or can it wait till our next meeting?
Well, we really need to get the applications going
You s-
and
When you send them
it's
out?
the same as last year. We just went in and changed the
Changed
dates.
the dates.
So unless there's something that you guys are wanting to change from, anything different in the rules, then,
Didn't you talk about amending or changing some rule about the oil that was, didn't we say we were gonna change something about the issue we had with the oil on the overhead?
Oh,
because of
There
the.
was something we were gonna do differently. I didn't know if that was a rule change or just an administrative
Yep.
change to enforce a
If that doesn't fall under health department, so that was a fryer under a tent.
Yeah, and the oil was dripping
I don't
down,
know.
catching on fire. Is that not
Does
us?
that even need to be a rule? Because I know there's people that cook under those things and there's no problem at all.
Right, but in the event, I mean, we just want to make sure we have the authority to correct that situation. I would assume we do. The fire department could.
It was dripping on the ground too, and then catching the ground on fire.
Right.
And we were worried it was gonna
So
go up. the
that
chimney.
seems like a bigger problem. That seems like they should have just been
It was
shut down because it was on fire.
It was a them problem, and
any of them carry fire extinguishers with them?
yeah. So the state marshal is who comes around, the day before or whatever, and then he checks for like what Mr. Lynch said, fire extinguishers, in case or else he will shut them down. So he makes sure they're safe and can put a fire out. And then the fire department and police department called me to meet them at that tent, and we all 3 shut them down, and they had no problem with it. They went to Tractor Supply, bought some kitty litter, and took care of it.
So I know we had talked about it. We didn't say we're going to change any rules or anything
Yeah.
about that.
I think we have plenty of authority to shut
I
it
don't
down.
I don't know that we need a new rule.
Okay.
So I would not like to exclude somebody that is
No, I
responsibly
agree.
using a tent
Mhm.
as
I
well.
agree.
So, yeah. So we've got resolution R-02-2026-01, a resolution designating September 26th and 27th, 2026 as the Atlanta New Earth Festival dates and adopting general rules and regulations.
I move that we adopt this resolution.
Do I need to read the whole thing?
I don't think so.
I don't think you
As
have to
long
for a
As long
resolution.
as you have the,
All right. We got a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. set. Okay. Any other old business from the council tonight? We've got 3 ordinances here. Jennifer, what's a good ordinance number?
Let's start with 2026-02-01.
Okay, we've got ordinance number 2026-02-01. This is a legal description of a property. I know in order to pass this tonight, I would need to read this.
I would
And
recommend
I
that you
do not
Yeah.
want to read this, so we will have resolution 2026-02-01 available for public review until our next council meeting. What this is to rezone property that's currently zoned agricultural to commercial 2, C2. And that's on South Central Street. We've got another one here, which is ordinance number 2026-02-02. Which is an ordinance of the town of council of the town of Atlanta, Indiana, to amend the zoning district classification map from commercial business to C2. So this is changing the Ball Diamond property from, there should be special character commercial, actually, SC to C2. We'll fix these clerical issues, clerical errors, and also have this one available for public review. I guess we'll say starting tomorrow. And then there's one more. Ordinance number 2026-02-03. An ordinance of the town council of the town of Atlanta, Indiana, to amend the zoning district classification map from agricultural to C2. And this is also on South Central. And it's the property immediately north of the Ball Diamond property. So this ordinance will also be available for public review until our next meeting. Okay, I guess we'll move on to new business. We've got, excuse me. We'll stay in old business for a minute. There is the town of Atlanta, Indiana ordinance number S-2026, which is the salary ordinance that is being amended for the inclusion of Mr. Brown as street superintendent, street commissioner. Have you seen this? No. Okay. So, obviously we're early days in this, but the council did appoint Mr. Brown the street commissioner at the last council meeting. The initial dollar amount that was associated with that, I don't know that, well, we didn't feel that that was appropriate. So there's the ability to renegotiate this in the future, and obviously it depends somewhat on performance. If you get into this thing and you do awesome, there shouldn't be any problems with going up. But for right now, we've assigned this to you at a rate of $6,346 a year. So it's about a little over $500 a month bump right now, and we can revisit this as you go along.
Got it.
So,
Thank you, guys.
is there a motion to approve this revised salary ordinance?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Do I need to read this whole thing too? Maybe this should just be an introduction. I'm sorry, I've screwed this all up. But I'm not going to read it, and we're not going to suspend the rules. This is an ordinance. This isn't a resolution. So this will be available for public review until our
Well,
next
this would
council
only,
meeting.
you don't have to read the
But it-
change part, right?
I'm not sure.
Because
I
only
would-
one
An
line
ordinance is an
here
ordinance.
changes. I don't think we should deviate from the rules, and if that's the rule is we have to
It
read it.
would still be effective. It can be effective from the date that we made the change.
Yeah, it could. I mean, if you read it tonight, you could suspend the rules and go ahead and do it that way, if
Yes.
you want. And
I'll
then
read
that way it's done and taken care of. I mean, Murray, I would just read the first three, first one. I don't think you have to go into the whole thing, but it just.
I'll read
first right
I
there.
won't read all the individual job
No, I don't
descriptions.
think
Those
so.
are completely unchanged, but I'll read
Yeah.
the
Just the first
parts of
four
it
little, yeah.
that are new, and then I'll read the full pay schedule. Town of Atlanta, Indiana, ordinance number S-2026. Whereas the town of Atlanta is desirous of amending a schedule of total compensation to include the salaries and benefits for its employees for the year 2026. And whereas the town council of the town of Atlanta is charged with the duty pursuant to IC 36-1-4-15 and IC 36-5-3-2 does hereby ordain and establish and fix the weekly and/or monthly and yearly salary rates for 2026. Whereas the town of Atlanta Town Council has reviewed the financial conditions of the town for the purposes of arriving at proposed total compensation to include salaries and benefits that are fiscally responsible and which are fair, just, and equitable to its employees, and now therefore be it ordained by the town of Atlanta Town Council that the total compensation for the elected officials and employees January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026 shall be as follows. Council members is a stipend of $3,500, a third from general fund, a third from water fund, a third from sewer. Clerk treasurer is I'm reading the table because we've adjusted the table. Clerk treasurer $59,386.24, 60% from general fund, 20% from water, 20% from sewer. The deputy clerk, not to exceed $25 an hour, $29,100, 40% from general fund, 34% from festival fund, 13% from water, and 13% from sewer. Code enforcement is a stipend of $5,460 from the general fund. Town laborer, not to exceed $23.17 an hour, $48,194.33. 13% from general, 44% from water fund, 8% from motor vehicle highway fund, and 35% from the sewer fund. General laborer, not to exceed $23.17. Building commissioner, $8,863.77 from the general fund. Street commissioner, $6,346 from the motor vehicle highway fund. Licensed water operator, $27,777.21 from the water fund. Wastewater operator, $26,618.60 from the sewer fund. And other positions unfilled, we have all of our job descriptions, which are unchanged, and this is approved and passed the 9th day of February.
Can we get copies of that?
Absolutely. 2026. Is there a motion to suspend the rules tonight?
I'll move that we suspend the rules.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there a motion to adopt this revised ordinance S-2026?
I'll make that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we'll move on to new business. We've got two utility adjusted, one in the amount of $157.81. And you've verified this one, the body shop?
Yes.
Okay,
I'll move that we approve utility adjustment.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
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 Have you looked at this one on South Broadway?
At a rate of 0 as well.
So this one on South Broadway, again, having to do with the frozen temperatures, a split in the valve, adjust amount of $187.81. And it has been verified repaired.
I'll make a motion that we do this utility adjustment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's a lot of water.
How much was it?
24,000 gallons.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't sign this one, did I? I just wrote the date on it. And while that's making its way down, Jennifer, do you have any more information about this? There's a resident here that is trying to raise some support for this, the pink law.
I
With
do
the
not,
Haley
that was
Busby
just come
situation.
across,
So-
yeah, so I don't know.
I'll go ahead and mention it. This is just something that they contacted the town, and they're trying to get people to put pink light bulbs outside in support of that. So if that's a cause near and dear to your heart, and you feel like joining them in that, I think that'd be kind of nice to see. Any other new business from the council tonight?
Just,
Yeah, we got an application.
Is that the only other one?
No. Well, I don't know if there's been any more than this or not.
That's it.
I do have somebody coming on Wednesday that's taken over temporarily. It's not who I had lined up originally, as you all know. But it is one of our other applicants.
If you get his issue resolved, that you had written about.
Yes, yeah. And in the meantime, I appreciate Mr. Schultz being willing to stay on for an additional week. So he said he'd stay for a week or less, obviously, if we work out
He's good with
the other issues.
He's good with the Wednesday. I mean,
I haven't talked to him. He said on Friday, though, that he could go up to a week. So, yes. All right. Nothing else from the council? Is there anything from anyone in attendance tonight?
Luke, have you given any citations out to anybody about junk cars or cars that's not moving or anything besides cats and trash cans?
Like recently?
In the last 4 months at least.
No, I don't think so.
I do like anything.
I think you should.
Okay.
Anyone in particular?
Yeah, anyway.
I'm not doing your job.
Okay. We're just asking for concern. Like what we're at.
I'm not telling it. That's his job.
Okay.
He should have already seen it.
No, that's helpful.
Regular sweeps are something that I did. Obviously there's somewhat weather dependent here, but that is an expectation.
I don't need those looks from you. Are you kidding me?
I'm looking at you. What's the issue?
No. You need to be respectful.
Is there any other questions or comments? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You want to go first?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Hi. Good evening, Council. I'm Amy Summerfield. I know some of you from my time as a deputy prosecutor and some of you from my time at the sheriff's office. But I'm here tonight formally introducing myself as candidate for judge. I'm running for Hamilton County Superior Court 3 in the upcoming May primary. We've got 5 courts on our ballot, which is 50% of our courts in Hamilton County, so it's kind of a big deal this year. My focus has been on public safety and mental health my entire career. I'm a 20-year resident of the county, and my entire career has also been in public service. I'll leave, or I can hand out some of these. My only other comment is I also serve as the law enforcement liaison to the Hamilton County Humane Society, and I was the primary writer of the county ordinances. So if you guys need language, there's no point in reinventing the wheel. I would be glad to share.
That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Did you have something?
I do.
Yeah.
Are we gonna plow the alleys? Is there a reason we did not do that this year?
I'll start plowing the alleys.
I'm just asking, right?
Yeah.
And what is going on with Broadway and Kaufman? The snow still out in the middle of the, almost halfway past the section.
So clean up Broadway, Kaufman.
I mean, is there a reason we're not plowing alleys this year?
I don't have an answer for that. I know when I worked here, we plowed alleys anytime it got over about 3 inches.
I think,
I think this is the worst snow removal we've had.
I think we're gonna set some clear standards, and we're gonna kind of come to an agreement on what things should look like, and that's how they'll be moving forward. And if they're not, we'll have to pivot a different direction.
And I have one more thing.
sure.
So did you hire, I couldn't really understand what you're saying. Did you hire a new wastewater operator?
We have a new operator that will be joining us, but similar to how Mr. Schultz is doing it right now, he will be our operator for the water treatment system and the wastewater plant. But he has interest in the town superintendent job as well. Mr. Schultz, with him leaving, this seemed like a good way to bring somebody else in who's interested in working for us in a larger capacity. And so he's going to start with us this week, operating the plants, and hopefully we can develop a bit of a relationship there. If he's a great fit for the town, maybe we can move forward with hiring him for the other position as well.
Now, I know we provide with the vehicle. Is there a reason we're a take-home vehicle for,
Is there what?
a reason he has a take-home vehicle?
Because he works for the town doing utility work, and he lives right here. I mean, it's not like he lives.
I got it.
Yeah.
My question is that so he can be available if there's an emergency for the town?
In general, yes, but also, I mean, there's a convenience factor there too. I mean, it'd be kind of silly for.
Are we also working for Arcadia?
No.
Okay.
The town doesn't work for Arcadia.
I've just noticed the truck at Arcadia a few times.
Sure.
So I'm
So
asking if we
the
are.
town has historically given a great deal of understanding to employees with no understanding that they're on call. They're not to use it as their primary personal vehicle, but within a reasonable radius of town to use our town vehicles for that. Obviously, none of this is really written hard in stone as you know, there's no hard rules or guidelines on it. We just don't know of any case of it being abused anytime recently. I remember when I was a kid, somebody using it for, you know, a truck for farm work or doing a job somewhere or something like that. We don't know of anything like that happening. We don't know of anybody going on trips or out of state or
But we're-
taking their family out to eat or anything like that. So then the understanding kind of would be, well, they're on call. They're gonna, you know, be within striking distance of the town, but may need to come to work at a drop of a hat. I personally am okay with our truck being driven there. I mean,
Okay, but we're not using it for other employment, correct?
correct. Yes.
Okay. So you're not.
Not that I'm
looking
aware.
For as a reserve in Arcadia and taking the Atlanta truck.
I think he'd probably use a police car
Yeah.
for police work.
But you're driving the truck to work, correct?
I would
I-
say
I'm
so.
just-
And so it's happened time and time again. I get called, no matter if I'm coaching my son's basketball team and 2 miles down 19,
Mhm.
I'm leaving the game. I'm grabbing a parent saying take over. I have to go tap. So no matter where I am, I'm on my way here. Sunday, you get called, I'm here.
Okay.
In that truck.
Yeah, I understand the concern. I appreciate the opportunity to clarify that. As far as I know, and I think what our understanding as a council is, other than transportation, in the case where somebody is still considered to be on call and may be required to respond, I don't know of any other use of our vehicles or equipment.
My only question.
Well, we get, sorry, Neil,
Sorry.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, you know, like we get all this snow,
truck's over here at the garage and he's at home and he gets stuck trying to get over to the
Sure.
truck to get that plow, your street ain't gonna get plowed. Cause he's too busy trying to get his truck dug out to get over to the barn to get the truck to plow street. So, you know, I think he's fine with taking it home. They always have, hell, ever since I've been alive around here, they've all took them home. Cop cars.
I'm not questioning just going 2 blocks to his house. I'm questioning going to Arcadia to be a deputy. He gets called, he still has to come home and change his clothes, doesn't he?
I don't know. He probably keeps something with him,
Yeah,
but
I keep a change of clothes in my bag. There's a bag in my truck right now.
As long as it doesn't affect his job here.
sure. Yeah.
And-
No, yeah. I think that's a fair question. And
If you're on the side of the road,
Yeah.
pulling somebody over, and
Yeah.
there's a water main break.
it is
As long
good
as
that
we
we've been
have
able
a-
to clarify our position, or at least my position and my understanding of my fellow council members' position is what I stated as well, which is I think there's kind of a reasonable standard of use that's kind of long been understood, and I don't know of any violations of that, and if I did, well, we would address those for sure. But yeah, everybody who lives here has a right to question or scrutinize anything that's happening here. I mean, this is you're a resident and taxpayer here, and you're a customer of the utility company, which the taxable entity also owns. So we were elected to take whatever questions you all have and represent you properly.
I know you've been pushing this too, Murray, and I don't know how much to investigate because I don't know what I'm talking about, but establishing the park board,
Yes.
does that just have to first have an ordinance
Um,
made?
that is something, the particular area of the state statute that I was looking at there are so many different qualifications, and some of it almost comes down to like semantic issues of, what's a park board versus a park commission, or what size of a municipality is it, and there's all these different standards. But there are predetermined standards for the number of members that are to be on a park board, and then that is what, as I understand it, Indiana Department of Environmental Management, who is the grant that we would be hoping to go after, or Department of Natural Resources, excuse me, IDNR. They're referencing that state code as well, so their standard for a park board. Either way, we need a park board. If we do it by the standard set in the state statute, it would also leave us eligible for the IDNR grant. So you're right. We're behind on establishing that. We talked about this last in December.
Well, I knew we probably weren't ready for the park board, but I just thought we had to pass an ordinance first before we could even continue on with anything else. And that's just what I read. I don't
The
know.
ordinance that we would pass would be establishing that park board. We may not have the members for it yet, but it would exist as an entity that then we could fill. And I know that none of us as council members can be on there either. It's either going to be, I think it's 5. I think it's 5 members of the public. And then they kind of advise the council on the park, so to speak. So we need to work on that. So thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, I knew you.
we'll try to make
brought it
something
up,
happen with
you were
that.
gonna,
Yeah.
get us started. I just didn't know where we were.
No,
This is
I've got to
what I
talk to
read
the
as far
attorneys
as
about
the-
some other stuff anyway, so we'll see if we can get them to come up with something for our next meeting.
Thank you.
We did have 3 or 4 people who expressed interest
Yes.
in being on that.
Yeah. No, I know there's a lot of interest. I know we're getting a lot of support for it. I know people are getting kind of excited at the idea of actually being able to do a substantial project. So it's definitely on us to get the ball rolling here, get the wheels in motion. So
Who's the nominee you have right now?
Hmm?
Is there anybody appointed or?
no, we don't even have a park board at the moment.
Oh,
We have to create the park board, and then we'll get some members on it, and we'll start working towards a
you
park
have no
project.
one interested in it yet?
Yes, quite a few. Actually, Mr. Johnson here just said he knows of 4.
Can I
And
ask
I
you
know of
which
a
4
couple
are?
as well. Well, I don't know. Well, let's
I don't
officially
know.
announce it. Let's
Yeah.
officially announce the board, and then we'll see who applies, and we'll try to go from there. Because I
That
don't know,
should be public information.
but it's nothing's official. The board doesn't even exist, so they're applying to nothing. It's like you asking me a question. I'm not going to tell everyone then that you asked me a question if it doesn't pertain to anything yet. So
He's just asking who all is interested. aren't
sure.
you? And yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know Bill Malott has publicly mentioned it here at this council meeting. That's one that I can think of off the top of my head. But I can't think of anybody else other than a couple people that have come up to me personally, and I've said, well, we're going to create a board, and when we do, come apply for it. So that's all I could say.
So it takes your guys' approval to approve the people that are interested.
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a motion to sign our claims and adjourn?
Go ahead. I'll move that we sign claims and adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.